I'm Ben Meiselas from the MeidasTouch Network. Donald Trump gave a very bizarre and dangerous speech at a very small high school gymnasium in New Hampshire. Donald Trump spent the time talking about how sweaty he was. And by the way, he was incredibly sweaty and the whole thing was fairly gross. But he spent the rest of his time attacking prosecutors, attacking Fulton County District Attorney Fani Willis, and saying just disturbing things about her. I'll play it in just a moment. Also saying that President Biden should disown his son, Hunter. I mean, folks, real despicable things. But I don't just want to show you how reprehensible Donald Trump's speech was in New Hampshire. I want to compare it to the things that President Biden was saying and doing at the exact same time, so you can have a comparison here. As President Biden said, don't compare me to the almighty, compare me to the alternative. And folks, an election is about choices. And when you see the rantings and ravings of a lunatic like Donald Trump, a malignant, narcissistic, sociopathic traitor who just whines and talks about himself, me, and all of these things. And actually, you see President Biden talking about his policies, what he's delivering for the American people. Folks, it is a contrast that we need to be making. And I want to thank you for recommending that I don't just show what Trump is doing, but you said, Ben, compare it to what President Biden is doing. I've been following your advice, and I think it has made these segments so much better. So here's a clip of Donald Trump attacking Fulton County District Attorney Fani Willis in the most disgusting ways. Play this clip.
And I probably have another one. They say there's a young woman, a young racist in Atlanta. She's a racist. And they say, I guess they say that she was after a certain gang and she ended up having an affair with the head of the gang or a gang member. And this is a person that wants to indict me. She's got a lot of problems, but she wants to indict me to try and run for some other office. What's going on in this country is, and by the way, wants to indict me for a perfect phone call. This was even better than my perfect call with Ukraine.
And mind you, that is Donald Trump, who was just found liable in a New York federal courthouse for engaging in sexual assault, who a federal judge made a finding that Donald Trump committed what is considered to be a rape. This is the Donald Trump who dares talk about Fani Willis's private life and to try to attack her on that basis and to just make up things about her. Utterly disgusting, utterly disturbing. Here is Donald Trump talking about how sweaty he is. And again, this is like his speech. He doesn't talk about issues. He talks about me, look at me, and then attacking prosecutors. Play this clip of Donald Trump.
And by the way, I want to say officially for the press, it's about 110 degrees in this room. Nice job with the air conditioning, whoever. But you know what the press will say? You know what they'll say? Trump didn't look well. He was extremely wet. It's 104 or 5 degrees in this room. But we're okay with it, right?
Again, Donald Trump whining, saying how the future of elections is just presidents telling attorney generals to indict opponents. No, that's what you did. Everything is projection or confession. That's what you told your attorney general, Bill Barr, to do, what Bill Barr tried to do with John Durham, the special counsel. But Durham went 0 for 2 in his prosecutions because there was nothing there. And now you've turned on Bill Barr and you call your own attorney general, who you use to weaponize the Department of Justice, a rhino, and you attack and call slovenly and disgusting. But again, all projection and confession. Play this clip of Donald Trump.
But is this going to be the future of elections in America, where a sitting president tells his attorney general to indict the opponent, to try and knock the opponent down? This is what's happening. And then you ask the simple question. So this has been going on for a long time, the same stuff. Why didn't they do it 2.5 years ago? You know why? Because then it wouldn't have mattered so much. You know, they want to take away your freedom of speech. Everything else would have mattered a lot less. And it would have been terrible because it's all bogus. But why, if they were going to do it, why didn't they do it 2.5 years ago before the election? right?
In this next clip, Donald Trump says, oh, they're trying to take away my free speech. As he's speaking, as he has all right-wing propaganda networks that just say and do whatever he wants, he goes, they're taking away my right to free speech. No, they're not. No, they're not. The United States government wants a very basic protective order, the same one that you signed on to in the Southern District of Florida, the same one all criminal defendants have signed on to in cases in Washington, D.C. But no, you think you're different. You think you're above the law, and your MAGA Republican cult base propagates that disgusting, disturbing anti-American message. Here, play this clip.
So this is all about election interference. But that isn't quite good enough. Crooked Joe now wants the thug prosecutor, this deranged guy, to file a court order taking away my First Amendment rights so that I can't speak. So listen to this. We don't want you to speak about the case. The case is a ridiculous case. It's a First Amendment case. But we don't want Trump to speak. So they take away your rights on First Amendment. Now they sue because so now I have one of these lunatic reporters back there saying, sir, would like to talk to you about your case. Or I'm sorry, I'm not allowed to talk about it. Somehow that's not good for votes. Do you agree? When we say I can't talk, I will talk about it. I will. They're not taking away my First Amendment right. So, based on yet another radical left hoax, you know, I've gone through many hoaxes, as the people in this room know very well. But it's another one, radical left hoax like Russia.
And here Donald Trump and the cult just start chanting bullshit, bullshit, bullshit over and over again. Again, just so vile and so reprehensible. Here, play this clip.
They don't want me to speak about a rigged election. They don't want me to speak about it. Whereas I have freedom of speech, First Amendment. How can my corrupt political opponent, crooked Joe Biden, put me on trial during an election campaign that I'm winning by a lot, but forcing me nevertheless to spend time and money away from the campaign trail in order to fight bogus, made-up accusations and charges? That's what they're doing. I'm sorry, I won't be able to go to Iowa today. I won't be able to go to New Hampshire today because I'm sitting in a courtroom on bullshit because his attorney general charged me with something. Terrible. Thank you very much. No, it is. Think of it.
I'm going to show you more Trump clips in just a moment, but I want to show you at the same time, this is what President Biden is saying, because let's make this comparison. President Biden, no national treasure is grander than the Grand Canyon. The first time I saw it, the phrase came to mind, God's Cathedral, and today I'm proud to use my authority to protect nearly 1 million acres of public lands around Grand Canyon National Park as a new national monument. How about this one by President Biden? When the pandemic hit, microchip factories shut down, driving up costs for families around the world. To help make our supply chain stronger and meet the demand for chips, my administration made historic investments to bring their production home. Or how about this one? With my administration's historic investments, the United States will continue to lead the world in foundational technologies and innovations. Or this one, America invented semiconductors when we went to the moon. Today they power our everyday lives. Over time, our manufacturing was hollowed out. We went from producing nearly 40% of microchips down to 10%. But thanks to the CHIPS and Science Act, production will be brought back home. I'll show you more of Biden in just 1 minute, but let's take a look. What is Donald Trump talking about in the small crowd in New Hampshire? Let's pull this up. Donald Trump. Oh, here he is talking about how Republican nominee Chris Christie, who Donald Trump fat shames. Donald Trump says that he is eating right now. Here, play this clip of Trump.
Who's good? No, Christie's, he's eating right now. He can't be bothered. Sir, please do not call him a fat pig. That's very disrespectful. Don't call him. See, I'm trying to be nice. Don't call him a fat pig. You can't do it. You can't do that. So now, because you're not allowed to do that, and therefore we're not going to do it, okay? We want to be very civil, right? So
here's another clip of Donald Trump saying that if he gets indicted one more time, then the election's going to be over and he's going to win. Here, play this clip.
And in the morning consult that just came out, I wanted to see, because, you know, every time you get indicted, I like to check the polls, because one more indictment that I think this election's over. One more. No, it's horrible. You get indicted for nothing. Can you imagine a guy? Let's indict my opponent. This becomes a third world country.
Here's Donald Trump saying that he says that at some point Joe Biden's going to have to disown his son Hunter Biden. They're obsessed with this. Play this clip.
Indict me. He's right. Great polls. But so they indict. So when they want to keep something, they say, "Oh man, they got Hunter again." You know, at some point, Joe is going to have to say, you know, this son thing just isn't working out. Do you agree? The son thing. The son thing's not working out too good. All he had to do is pick up the laptop. Didn't the guy call him like 11? Pick up your laptop. Pick up your laptop. I wonder where that cocaine came from. What happened? That was the quickest investigation I've ever seen.
And again, it's all projection and confession when it comes to MAGA Republicans. And finally, let's compare all of those things that you heard Donald Trump say. Let's compare it to what President Biden's saying. Biden writes, "When I say every job in America should be a good paying job, that includes a free and fair choice to join a union. I mean it, folks." The contrast cannot be more clear between Donald Trump and President Biden. And you can take a look for yourself. You decide, put in the comments how this makes you feel. Check us out at MeidasTouch.com, the new website where we've got a bunch of great breaking news and great thought pieces, new articles. We have some of the best writers at MeidasTouch.com. That's the new homepage for our pro-democracy movement. Check it out, MeidasTouch.com. And look, share these videos with family, friends, coworkers, colleagues. Let everybody know about this pro-democracy community here at the MeidasTouch Network. We love our Constitution. We love our country. And it's not just this performative thing. It's taking action each and every day to support our democracy, to support compassion, to promote normalcy, folks. That is what we do here at the MeidasTouch Network. Thank you so much for watching. Hit subscribe right now and check us out at MeidasTouch.com. Have a great day.
Love this video? Then you'll love the MeidasTouch podcast. Listen as my brothers and I break down the latest news and chat with top political leaders on the fastest growing pro-democracy podcast in the world. New episodes drop every Tuesday and Friday. Add the MeidasTouch podcast right now wherever you listen to your podcasts.